Have you ever been so sure someone was meant to be in your life, maybe as a friend, a partner, or someone you deeply admired, only for things to start crumbling without warning? You pray, you hope, you even fast. But no matter what you do, peace never settles in. It's one of the hardest truths to accept. Sometimes, God Himself is the one removing someone from your life, not the enemy. And when it's Him, there are certain signs that will keep showing up, no matter how hard you try to ignore them. Number 1, you lose your inner peace. One of the first signs that God does not want you with someone is a deep restlessness in your spirit. At first, you may try to convince yourself it's just fear, overthinking, or the enemy trying to steal your joy. But over time, you notice that this lack of peace remains even after prayer. That's because when God is truly leading you into something, He gives peace that passes all understanding. And when He is leading you out, He takes that peace away so you won't feel settled in the wrong place. Peace is like the green light of the Holy Spirit. It's His way of saying, move forward. When it's gone, it's like the red light warning you, stop before you get hurt. The mistake many people make is trying to push past that inner warning because they fear being alone, or they've already become emotionally attached. But if you ignore the absence of peace, you are choosing temporary comfort over lasting safety. God knows the hidden battles ahead, the private struggles in the other person's life, and how their presence could derail your destiny. That's why He removes your peace, to protect you from what you cannot see. Number 2, constant and unresolvable conflict. Relationships, whether romantic, family, or friendship, are not perfect. Disagreements happen. But when conflict becomes constant, exhausting, and impossible to resolve, it may be God revealing that you are not aligned with this person. Amos 3 verse 3 says, "Can two walk together unless they agree?" If your values, faith, vision, or priorities constantly clash, you will spend more time fighting than building. God often allows this type of conflict, so you can see that peace and unity are not possible in this connection. You may love each other, but love without agreement in purpose will eventually lead to pain. This doesn't mean the other person is evil. It means they are not your assignment, and you are not theirs. Every relationship is meant to either push you towards your God-given destiny or pull you away from it. If it's the wrong one, the disagreements will keep showing you that your paths are not meant to be one. Number 3, divine interruptions and closed doors. Sometimes you don't even have to break the connection yourself. God will do it for you. This can come in the form of cancelled plans, sudden distance, or life events that make it difficult to stay close. At first, it feels like a loss, but in reality, it's divine intervention. God is a master at closing doors we would never close ourselves. He did it for Paul in Acts 16 verses 6 and 7, when the apostle wanted to go preach in certain regions, but the Spirit of Jesus would not allow them. Why? Because God had another plan. When you insist on staying connected to someone God is removing, you are telling Him, "I trust my feelings more than your wisdom." But the truth is, His interruptions are His protection. That door might have led you into heartbreak, wasted years, or spiritual decline. So when plans keep collapsing, and you can't seem to stay connected no matter how hard you try, pause and consider that maybe it's God pulling you away. Number 4, the Holy Spirit keeps warning you. God speaks in many ways, through His Word, through people, through circumstances, and directly to your spirit. If you are sensitive, you will notice that the Holy Spirit will keep nudging you. Sometimes it's through a verse that keeps popping up, other times through a sermon or a conversation with a trusted friend. And sometimes it's just that persistent inner knowing that says, "This is not for you." Many people silence the voice of the Holy Spirit because they've already made up their minds. But ignoring his voice is dangerous because he sees the end from the beginning. He sees the tears you will cry, the battles you will fight, and the losses you will suffer if you stay. Proverbs 14, verse 12 says, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, it leads to death." When God says no, it's not to punish you, it's to save you from a path that would destroy your peace, joy, and purpose. Number 5. God begins to expose hidden truths. If you still won't let go, God may allow you to start seeing things you didn't notice before. You may discover lies, secrets, unhealthy patterns, or a side of the person that doesn't align with God's standards for your life. It can be painful because you wanted to believe the best. But God reveals these truths so that your emotions will not blind you from making the right decision. Jesus said in Luke 8, verse 17, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open." When God starts bringing things to light, it's his way of helping you see that this relationship is not built on truth, and anything not built on truth will eventually collapse. When all these signs show up, loss of peace, constant conflict, divine interruptions, the Holy Spirit's warnings, and exposed truths, it's not coincidence. It's God's love in action. He knows the pain of letting go is nothing compared to the pain of staying where you don't belong. His no is always an invitation to trust his yes for your life. So if you feel God pulling you away from someone today, let go with confidence. Trust him to bring the right people into your life, people who will pray with you, walk with you, and push you closer to Jesus. And when that person comes, you won't have to beg for their love, force their presence, or fight for peace. God's blessings will make you rich in joy, and they will add no sorrow. If you are watching this right now and your heart feels heavy because God is asking you to release someone you love, I want you to know this. He sees your tears. He knows how hard it is. He's not blind to your pain, and he's not deaf to your prayers. But the same God who took something out of your hands is the same God who is preparing something far better to place in them. Don't fight the one who loves you more than you love yourself. Trust him even when it hurts. The hands that formed you in your mother's womb know exactly who and what you need. And when his plan unfolds, you will look back and thank him for every no, every closed door, and every person he removed. So today, release them into God's hands. Pray for them, bless them, and then let them go. Because God has a chapter for you that doesn't include that person. And the moment you stop clinging to what he's closing, you'll have the strength to embrace what he's opening. If this message has touched you, I invite you to share it with someone who needs this reminder. Subscribe to the Glory Devotional so you don't miss more messages that will help you grow in faith and walk in God's will. And if you're believing God for clarity in your relationships, drop a comment below and let's stand together in prayer. Your story is not over. God is still writing it. God bless you.